Welcome to Music Press. If you love music and supporting artists as much as we do, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for a new music documentary delivered to your homepage daily. Paul Kelly is often described as the poet laureate of Australian music, a title he wears with a quiet humility that reflects the essence of his artistry. For over 4 decades, Kelly has captured the spirit of a nation, weaving its stories, struggles, and triumphs into lyrics that resonate across generations. His music isn't just about entertainment, it's a chronicle of life in Australia, one song at a time. It all began in Adelaide, where Kelly was born in 1955, the 6th of 9 children in a large Catholic family. His upbringing was steeped in storytelling. His father, an academic, and his mother, a lover of literature, encouraged a deep respect for words. Kelly himself once said, "The power of a good story. It's what draws you in, whether it's a song, a book, or a conversation." That's always been my anchor. But music didn't come to him immediately. Kelly didn't pick up a guitar until his late teens. And it wasn't until he moved to Melbourne in the late 1970s that his journey as a musician truly began. His first band, the High Rise Bombers, played a mix of rock and roll and country, reflecting his early influences like Hank Williams and Elvis Presley. But it was clear that Kelly's talents were unique, and soon he struck out on his own. In 1981, Kelly released his debut solo album, Talk, which hinted at the lyrical brilliance that would later define his career. It wasn't a commercial success, but it laid the groundwork for what was to come. His early work was raw and introspective, capturing the struggles of a young artist finding his voice. Kelly later reflected, "Those early years were about learning how to write, how to listen. You make mistakes, but they're the stepping stones." The breakthrough came in the mid-1980s with the formation of Paul Kelly and the Colored Girls. Their 1986 album, Gossip, was a game-changer. Featuring tracks like Before Too Long and Leaps and Bounds, it showcased Kelly's knack for storytelling and his ability to fuse rock, folk, and country into something uniquely Australian. The album's success marked the beginning of Kelly's rise to prominence. The song that arguably cemented his place in Australian music history was To Her Door, released in 1987. A poignant tale of redemption and love, it struck a chord with listeners, becoming one of his most iconic works. Kelly once said of the song, "It's not just a story about 2 people. It's about hope, the idea that no matter how far you fall, there's a way back." Over the years, Kelly's songwriting has tackled a wide array of themes, from love and loss to social justice and political issues. Songs like From Little Things Big Things Grow, co-written with Kev Carmody, highlight his commitment to activism and his deep connection to Australia's Indigenous history. The song tells the story of the Wave Hill Walk-Off, a pivotal moment in the fight for Indigenous land rights, and has become an anthem for change. Kev Carmody once said of Kelly, "Paul has this gift of empathy. He listens, he absorbs, and then he turns it into something that speaks to everyone. That's rare." Their collaboration remains one of the most significant in Australian music, symbolizing unity and the power of shared stories. Kelly's activism hasn't been confined to his music. He has consistently used his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart, including environmental issues, refugee rights, and LGBTQ+ equality. In 2017, he performed at rallies in support of marriage equality, saying, "Love is love. It's that simple." And music has always been a way to bring people together. Throughout his career, Kelly's music has evolved while remaining rooted in his storytelling ethos. In the 1990s, he experimented with different genres, from the bluegrass-inspired smoke to the orchestral words and music. This willingness to take risks kept his sound fresh and ensured his relevance in an ever-changing industry. Kelly's impact goes beyond his music and activism. He's also a cultural icon. His personal style, understated and timeless, mirrors his approach to life and art. Whether it's a well-worn leather jacket or his trademark fedora, Kelly's fashion sense reflects his authenticity. He once joked, I'm not exactly a style icon, but I do like to wear clothes that feel like me, comfortable and a bit weathered. His influence on Australian culture is immeasurable. Artists like Missy Higgins, Courtney Barnett, and Vance Joy have cited him as a major inspiration, and his songs are taught in schools, analyzed not just for their musicality, but for their literary quality. As one critic put it, Paul Kelly doesn't just write songs, he writes the soundtrack to our lives. Kelly's contributions have been recognized with numerous awards, including multiple ARIA Awards, an Order of Australia Medal, and induction into the ARIA Hall of Fame in 1997. Accepting the honor, he said, "This isn't just for me. It's for everyone who's ever picked up a guitar, written a lyric, or stood in the crowd and sung along. Music is a shared thing." In recent years, Kelly has shown no signs of slowing down. His 2017 album Life is Fine debuted at #1 on the ARIA charts, proving that his ability to connect with audiences remains as strong as ever. The album's mix of humor, heart, and reflection encapsulates everything fans love about Kelly. He's also embraced the digital age, using social media to connect with fans and share his work. During the pandemic, he hosted virtual concerts, bringing comfort to audiences during a time of uncertainty. "Music has a way of cutting through the noise," he said. "It reminds us of what matters." As Kelly approaches his 70th birthday, his legacy is secure. He's not just a musician. He's a storyteller, an activist, and a voice for the voiceless. His songs have become part of Australia's cultural fabric, sung at weddings, funerals, protests, and celebrations. Reflecting on his career, Kelly once said, "I've always just followed the songs. They tell me where to go. And as long as they keep coming, I'll keep listening." Paul Kelly's journey is far from over. His music continues to evolve, and his impact continues to grow. He's a reminder that great art doesn't just entertain. It connects, it inspires, and it endures.